Pisces, nobility. The blessing says, this is a wonderful opportunity to do the very best you can, which in turn will shift your vibration and attract wonderful new opportunities with honorable people to you. So for a lot of you, it's going to be important for you to start attracting, better people, basically. I mean, if you're going to set higher standards for yourself, you're going to want to do it for the people that you have around you, though, too. But what's funny is working with this card and how it ties into what you pulled from Chakra Wisdom. Working with this card says, with this card's presence, you're asked to tune into your higher self. You're being asked to do the right thing and the best thing, even if it's not the easiest thing for you to do. You are also being asked for a time to be of service and assistance for others and to give, which I thought was funny because when I saw nobility, I immediately, my mind runs through what the card basically means, setting some higher standards. But I didn't read the part of service until after service actually showed up, which I thought was, different. But then reading the card, then I kind of understood. So service. Now, the card at a glance says that the energy here is one of manifesting through being of service. The card indicates a steadfast ability to stay the course emotionally and create something sustainable and lasting. It can also bring to light not seeing or valuing what you have. And that may be an important thing too, is there needs to be, a little bit more appreciation and gratitude for the things that you already have. It's almost got a feeling of, I want this and I want it really bad, but I'm not seeing it. So maybe I need to give up what I think I deserve. And if I start acting in a better way toward other people, then you attract better things and exactly what you need. Now, the inspiration says, are you seeing your life as it really is? Though we may wish things to be different, often we create just what we need. This is an opportunity to look at where you are today and to give up what you think you deserve and start being of service. The personal question says, how does the idea of service inspire me? How can I make the most of my present situation? What can I give? Those to me are higher vibrational questions. When you start asking from source what you have to give, that's when, things really start happening in an amazing way and you start seeing magic in your life and what you start really attracting. That's when you start asking those higher vibrational questions that you get better things out of life. Now, the key ideas are favoritism, unwillingness to compromise values, finding contentment, the joy of service, and precious memories. And again, right? Unwillingness to compromise values, nobility, high standards. So setting some high standards, doing some things for others, and in turn, you're going to start attracting amazing things in your life, including people, and better people at that. All right, Pisces, here we go. Here's the energy coming through. Oop, the Page of Cups. Now, with the Page of Cups, I mean, obviously that's a perfect card for you guys, but seeing the Page of Cups as a signifier is talking about you needing to express your emotions. It's about a new emotional experience. This could be you needing to express the way that you feel about somebody, or you're receiving that though too. Thank you, Morgan. Actually, they look like crap, but thank you. But anyway, so Pisces, with the Page of Cups being the signifier, it's going to be about the expression of emotions and you needing to express those emotions. Now, in the past, you have the Knight of Wands. So the Knight of Wands is the past coming through, is talking about, you moving forward with passion. But then not only that, you may have been dealing with a person though too. And the reason why I feel like that is because when I look at the Knight of Wands, I look at, somebody who's in and out. They're in and out. There's not really a look at the long term, which is funny because nobility and service is talking about long-lasting results through, not compromising your own values. But, again, moving forward with passion, I don't know. We'll see what else shows up here. Now, in the present, you have the Ace of Cups. So, yeah, talking about emotions and a new emotional experience. For some of you, basically, it's you needing to communicate that to a person, possibly. whether you're in a relationship or you're looking at possibly a new one here. The Ace of Cups in the present, though, beautiful, and it's perfect for you. And again, a new emotional experience, but something that, you know, you're needing to express the way that you feel, and possibly toward a person, or expressing the way you feel about a situation that you've been through with a person. But either way, with the Ace of Cups being in the present moment, it's there, you know. Beautiful. It's beautiful. I love the Ace of Cups in terms of emotional fulfillment and happiness. And then not only that, but, you know, again, the Page of Cups, right? It's either you expressing this or offering this, or it's being offered to you, but there is communication in terms of emotions that are happening. Oh, shit. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Future conditions, the Lovers. You have the Ace of Cups, the Lovers, and the Page of Cups. Yeah, for some of you, this is going to have to do with a relationship. The Lovers, though, beyond that is going to have to do with, you know, the major life choices that you're making. But I'm looking at a situation for some of you where you may be looking at a new beginning in a relationship here. You know, the Lovers is, you know, that major connection, especially within a relationship. But still, there needs to be communication. Communication of emotions, and that's just not on your side, but the other person's though too. But I'm looking at the Knight of Wands and going, right, moving forward quickly with a lot of passion. Your best path to follow, the Queen of Wands. Have confidence in yourself. Now, on the other hand, a lot of times I've seen the person of interest show up in the best path to follow, which is bizarre because I haven't seen it in a while. But normally when I look at, you know, a court card in the best path to follow position, you know, this is one of the things that I say too when I do personal readings. When it comes to court cards, you know, there is a reason why when the deck was created that they were given the descriptions that they were, because the personalities are what is important here. I do pay attention to the astrological signs, so you're looking at fire, Aries, Leo, Sag, but the personality is what I'm looking at. You know, for some of you, you may be dealing with a person who, you know, maybe really exciting, you know, but they're able to manage things though too. That's the difference between her and the King. Now, you know, when you're looking at the Knight of Wands, this may be a situation where this person was in and out, and maybe there needs to be, you know, a little bit of communication. Now, on the other hand though, you know, you may be dealing with a new situation entirely, especially with the two of them being there, especially for those of you who are single. This looks fantastic, and it is going to be a love situation. Now, as far as the Queen of Wands goes, though, you know, this is the best path to follow, is saying that you need to have confidence in yourself, especially when it comes to you communicating the way that you feel. You know, if you're needing to communicate emotions to a person that you're wanting to have a new beginning with, you know, you have to have confidence in what you're communicating, right? But wow, right? Like I'm looking at it going, yes, yes, like this is perfect. It looks good. There better not be anything bad in your environment. The Six of Swords. Now, here's what I'm feeling like. You know, when we're talking about with service, right? Needing to give up what you think you deserve. You know, there is conflict around what you're expecting as far as the Ace of Cups, and there's a need for you to move away from that, to get into a more emotional, calmer state. You know, that's one of the things with the Six of Swords, because you see the water in it. It's talking about clarity, though, getting mental clarity through painful things you may have been through that you're moving away from. You know, and not dragging that into a new situation here. You know, that way you're better able to communicate what you need to here with the Page of Cups, or, you know, being better able to accept any kind of new emotional offering or experience. But either way, the Six of Swords being in the environment with the Ace of Cups is saying, if you want this, if you really want this, you're going to have to give up some things that have been painful. You got to start moving away from those situations. You don't want to drag that into something new, you know. And then on the other hand, right, like if you're in a relationship here, you need to move away from arguments, because, you know, the 5 becomes the, oh my goodness, if I could talk right, talking about communication. The 5 coming before the 6. That's why there's that sadness there. It's like not expecting to have to move away from this, not expecting to have had to gone through that in the first place. And the Five of Swords, extreme communication, bullshit arguments, things like that. Whatever it is, you got to get clarity and move away from it, you know, especially if you have something new that's coming through here. Now, oh, I swear to God, I can't make this shit up. I'm telling you, this is going to have directly to do with Pisces that are looking at relationships, whether you're in one or not. The Two of Cups. Now, damn it, you have the major and the minor, plus the Ace of Cups and the Page. Come on now, right? Like, really? Oh my God, babe, seriously, like, I need that coffee. Babe, coffee, now, please. I need something to drink. The Two of Cups. I'm sorry, guys. My husband's sitting here playing a video game while I'm doing this, and I'm just, like, blown away by this. All right, so the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups being in your hopes and fears is talking about the emotional connection. That's what you're hoping for, you know, especially within a relationship. This is what you're wanting, right? This is what you need. The emotional bonding between two people. But there may be some things that need to be communicated, you know. Maybe it's you needing to move away from conflict and having, you know, a more passionate experience looking at the Knight of Wands. But again, you have to have confidence. You have to have confidence in the fact that not only is this possible for you, but then also, you know, the communication, again, with the Page of Cups, which I'm glad that it's that and it's not the Knight, you know, because actions would have been the issue. But, you know, again, with the Two of Cups being there, it's wanting to have that connection. You know, and then you have the Lovers. Oh my goodness. Like, okay. Now, I swear to God, this better not be a bad outcome. The Empress, again, going back to you having confidence, but then not only that, when you're looking at the Empress is the outcome in terms of a relationship. The Empress is a physical card. It is about enjoying what you have. It is enjoying the physical senses, you know, like physical. You know what I mean? You don't have the Ace of Wands here, but damn it, you have the Empress, right? It is abundance. It's enjoying what you have. Being comfortable in your own skin, which is bringing me back to the Queen of Wands. You needing to be comfortable in a relationship, but then not only that, but, you know, appreciating what you have in terms of the relationship. Getting rid of the conflict bullshit that you may have dealt with before. It needs to be done now. You need to move into a state where that memory no longer plagues you, especially within relationships. But holy shit, Pisces, really? Like, really? I'm looking at him and I'm like, oh shit. You know, but definitely needing to communicate some emotions, especially if, you know, you may be meeting somebody new, again, for the singles, you know, being able to be confident in expressing the fact that you're wanting a relationship and, again, sustainability, but you're also attracting something better into your life. You're setting some higher standards, you know, and again, through being of service may be how you attract this person. And here's one of the things, and it's funny because this came up in another reading. The Six of Swords being in your environment connected to the Ace of Cups. Now, I've always said, especially for those of you who have dealt with difficult relationship situations and like are not with the person that you're wanting so badly, right? And things are not working out, but you're having a hard time letting go of them. My advice has always been, is that you need to start doing something. You have to go out and you have to start doing something different, whether it's you learning about something that you want to learn about, you know, like whether it's like doing art or music or, you know, taking classes on something or even just going to places that you like Barnes and Nobles, right? Like, damn it, go read some books or something. You might attract somebody into your life when you start following your own passions. It opens you up to new people and new experiences. You know, and it may be for some of you through service. Now, I want to clarify that Empress. I know I'm pushing my luck on this, but I want to see what happens here because you got the Lovers and the Empress connected to your outcome. So regardless, with the Page of Cups being in the middle, it's going to be about a love experience for some of you. This is relationship, period. I'm not seeing work. I'm not seeing, you know, this is love. And then the Fool. Oh my goodness, the Fool, needing to have faith in the situation, needing to have faith, strength, and confidence. Like, seriously. Whether you're dealing with an existing relationship or not, either way, this is going to have to do with Pisces and relationship issues. You're looking at beautiful things coming out on this, right? So, Pisces, relationships. Oh my goodness. All right, we're going to take a look at the soul trees to see what other messages there are for you guys. Beautiful reading. It's beautiful, especially for, my single Pisces that have been waiting a while to have a meaningful relationship. It is possible. It is there. It is possible. It is right now. You have to be open to that new experience. You need to communicate the way that you feel. There is shit that you need to move away from so that conflict doesn't plague a new situation. You have to have confidence and you have to have faith. Those new beginnings are there, especially with the Lovers being there. But again, for some of you, it's only going to be through you being of service. Whatever that means, whatever it is that you decide to get involved with here, because you're setting some higher standards for yourself, you may be attracting this person. Risk. It's funny because the Fool, right? And then not only that, but taking a risk as far as expressing your emotions. It's risky business for you. Adventure. I'm telling you, it's going to be through a new experience here where you're going to attract somebody, for those of you who are single. Now, for those of you who are in a relationship, abundance, there is abundance within the relationship. The risk is, needing to be a little bit more adventurous when it comes to the relationship. But I think that has to do with the risk that you're taking in truly expressing what you're wanting. Which I don't think is a bad thing. It's just that for some of you, it's a risk that you're taking, But again, you're setting higher standards. And what you get out of this is going to be a lot better, But stop thinking about what you feel like you deserve with service again, Motherfucker, I'm telling you. Okay, so when I said before that it's a good thing that the Page of Cups is there and not the Knight of Wands, because actions would have been the question. Now you have actions speak loudly. Express your love through your actions. Oh my goodness. And then, what's funny is that you guys aren't the only ones to pull this, but I've always seen this as your card. I don't know why, but for me, that card connects with Pisces for me. It says, be in the present and dream of the future. When we dream, everything is possible. So needing to be in the present moment, but dreaming of what the future is going to hold for you. So basically it's saying that you need to visualize the ending, the end result. Don't worry about how you're going to get there and how this is going to happen. I mean, you've got a little bit of advice when it comes to nobility and service, but again, enjoy the present moment. Right? But still look forward to, what future you want to have, especially within relationships. Holy shit, Pisces. Amazing reading. And it's beautiful. I rarely ever get to see something like this. And I think it's perfect for you guys, especially being water signs and, being on that emotional level. When you get into a relationship with a Pisces, it's like otherworldly. You have a lot to offer when it comes to that, and for some of you, you may be attracted to a fire sign here. Holy shit. Yeah, no kidding. Pisces is definitely winning this week. This is by far one of the best readings I've seen in a long time. Now, I have to say this because I've been beating myself up over this for a while. When the bad readings come out, I always say the same thing, that I hope that that's not the case, right? General reading, not going to resonate with everybody. And again, I have to say it with Pisces. Even with the good ones, right? Not going to resonate with everybody. But God damn it, I hope that this is the case for everyone, especially in terms of relationships. But beautiful, right? Start visualizing what that relationship is going to look like. Because what you have here is perfect. I mean, I felt like I was taking a risk clarifying that Empress, but I'm glad I did.